The following broadcast is brought to you by Law by Night Productions. More law, less bore. Thank you for your application to join the Phoenix Institute. Your commitment and excitement for the investigation and extermination of the restless dead makes us really happy. We believe it is important we all share the same goals and are glad you are interested in our line of work and share our vision. If you are listening to this broadcast, it means that we have accepted your application and you are now an honorary member of the Phoenix Institute. As a family, we stick together. We get to travel to many interesting places and meet extraordinary people from across the world. We explore many dangerous places and deal with frightening secrets that most people cannot mentally handle. You have been selected because we believe you are capable to live up to the grueling pressures our lines of work can bring, and having done various background checks across your email addresses, bank accounts, social media, shoe size, blood type, and other miscellaneous medical records and other forms of unspecified communication, we have the means of punishing our members appropriately should they reveal any of this broadcast or encounters beyond this introduction to anyone outside the Phoenix Institute. You agreed to this when you signed your application and will receive no further warnings regarding loyalty. From everyone at the Institute, we all wish to say congratulations! Welcome to your new family. The Phoenix Institute is the largest private ghost hunting organization situated in the United Kingdom. We are hired by private parties to investigate areas where potential hauntings of the restless dead may occur. We use the latest technology to locate paranormal activity and top-tier military equipment. Here is our co-founder, Dr. Frederick Phoenix, explaining our methods in action.
Here we have at an undisclosed location in Texas in the United States, liberating this small village. For weeks, we have located the lemurs to this location, determining their patterns and the people they elect to drain of Paphos. We secured their fetters and forced them to enter this building where we are able to neutralize the wraiths. Our weaponry does little in terms of damage to the wraiths. If anything, it makes it bloody easier for them to escape as they become totally incorporeal. But, this is an extremely important detail, their fetters are destroyed amidst our rounds of gunfire and our tactile missile strikes, which, in theory, should send the ghost straight into the abyss. Our methods may be extreme, but it shows the race lean that we do not muck about, sir. No, sir-we. Come on, Jeffrey, put your bluffing back into it.
Our funding comes from two sources. The first is the Coalition, different branches of military and religious bodies that deal with supernatural entities across the world. We also approved and are funded by the royal family, with one of our co-founders soon to receive his OBE for science. Whereas our allies in the Coalition focus on the likes of vampires primarily, our focus is on the ghosts of Britain to stop them from plaguing our homes and our souls. But this is not our only purpose. The Phoenix Institute is, first and foremost, a spiritualist movement. We acknowledge and believe that ghosts do populate our world and other planes of existence. We also know the likes of the Shadowlands and Underworld do exist. Our function goes far beyond the exercising of ghosts. We also try and understand their purposes and motives, for knowledge is power after all. Our ultimate goal is to infiltrate the underworld to learn the secrets of the interface between Oblivion and the underworld. As many things are in the underworld, Oblivion is a concept and a physical entity. There is a physical location. The Well of the Void that comprises Oblivion, the Labyrinth, is that area surrounding it. This is our end goal, to infiltrate the forever shifting mazes of the birthplace of the spectres. The Phoenix Institute believes there is no supernatural entity that can rival the malice of spectres. They are entropy incarnate and are malevolent as they come. If that last part went over your head, that is okay. You will be educated in the basics as part of your compulsory training and termly exams. It is important that you achieve the highest marks possible to ensure you are mentally, physically, and emotionally able to perform at our high standards. People from all walks of life, except the far right, are able to work for us. We simply ask for your absolute best. But before you officially begin your journey with the Phoenix Institute, it is important to learn of the incredible journey of its co-founder Dr. Frederick Phoenix and his sister Elizabeth. The Phoenix twins were born on the 7th of July 1953 in rural Frensham in Surrey. Children to the late Robin and Olivia Phoenix, Dr. Frederick and Elizabeth were raised in a luxury house in a secluded woodlands area that has since been demolished to become a tennis court for the middle-class housewives with too much time on their hands. From an early age, Dr. Frederick Phoenix was fascinated with the occult when he discovered an Ouija board at the age of 11 to try and communicate with his dead cat Hades. Whilst he was unable to establish communication with the deceased feline, a ghost of a different nature would respond back. He claims he spoke to an order of the Knights Templar, fit with torn and bloody regalia. The ghost was called Lawrence and spoke to the young Frederick at great lengths about many different things regarding history and philosophy that would aid him in the future. But it was these snippets of the world beneath our own, the Shadowlands, that sparked the grandest of curiosities. The following years would be critical moments in his life, as the growing interest in the paranormal throughout the late 60s would only further encourage the young Frederick even more, despite communications of the night ending suddenly, much to the boy's dismay. His parents did not approve of his occasional dabbling, wanting him to focus on his studies. But Dr. Frederick was a very clever boy, growing up to be the intelligent man that would guide our institute into greatness. He would pursue a career in forensic science, which would make his daddykins proud to apply his brain in a proper academic setting. Totally unaware, it would further aid the soon-to-be doctor in his studies of the undead. Here is one of his diary entries from this period and his discovery of the Risen, read by a semi-professional voice actor.
12th of August, 1971. My studies at Cambridge have led me to find some curious discoveries. Hidden at the back of the library, stuffed between some tomes I won't include here, I have recently discovered the existence of a type of undead known as a Risen. From my understanding, it is a Wraith-operated corpse, like some automaton, like from a sci-fi film or a real-life Frankenstein. Is it possible that Mary Shelley knew about these Risen and used it as a source of inspiration for her work? I should question Richard Dunson, my colleague and friend at the university. He seems to be oddly knowledgeable about the undead.
Dr. Frederick Phoenix would begin his ghost hunting career shortly after graduating from Cambridge as a scholar and working for the Metropolitan Police in London as a forensic specialist, with his wife Catherine and son who will be left nameless. Whilst that information is strictly confidential, Dr. Frederick was able to access and work on strange cases that, officially, were signed off as unfortunate freak accidents. With his superior understanding of the occult, he was able to use his private funds and resources of the Metropolitan Police to secretly work towards said investigation. Officially, this is incredibly illegal, but it's because of these early stages the Institute was able to exist at all. He was eventually let go in 1973, which was the year the Phoenix Institute would rise from the ashes, taking a few old police officers and colleagues with him. The group would go through many different names and rebrands over the years, with the funding for these early days coming from the other co-founder, his sister Elizabeth. The Ghost Hunters, however, did not accomplish very much, as there was a lack of true leadership and direction, a failing on Dr. Frederick's part he was often cited. It was the sudden death of his first wife that kick-started the Institute, helped it soar the skies and become a true force in the ghost hunting world, and thus the Phoenix Institute was born and now celebrates its 50th anniversary this year. The Phoenix Institute is larger and more in demand than it ever has been, thanks to our friends of the Coalition and their generous donations, in addition to our many healthy and wealthy clients. The ghostly menace never rests, and neither do we. We execute the ghosts with impunity and have dedicated members of our teams that speaks at schools and conferences to educate them on the dangers we cannot see. Whilst many dismiss our beliefs as silly superstition, there are a select few who sit and think about what they have heard and apply it to their own unexplainable experiences. It is the dedicated few we want, not the disillusioned many. Our work would not be made possible without the extraordinary talents of Dr. Frederick Phoenix, co-founder of the Phoenix Institute. He would like to say a few words to you now.
Hello, I am Dr. Frederick Phoenix, co-founder of the Phoenix Institute. For 50 years, we have removed some of the most powerful ghosts that have invaded the homes of the many people across the world, claiming our homes as their haunts. For most of my life, I have dreamt to learn the secrets of the underworld and claim some of that power for ourselves, to better protect the humans on Earth and to better monitor those pesky wraiths. It is no secret that I am getting old, and whilst I refuse to retire, there will be a point that, in the not so distant future, when I will have to consider stepping further away from my second child. I won't leave here willing, mind you. I will leave here kicking and screaming, but when that day eventually comes, I know that whoever takes my place will lead this company into exciting new places. I know the spirit of my baby will be left in good hands because it is individuals like you that have poked the fires of that everlasting bird and have helped countless lives across the years through your passion and dedication to hunting, exploring, and understanding the wraiths that resist the callings of oblivion.
We thank you once again for taking the time to listen to this presentation. You'll be contacted within the week to learn more about your first assignment and training. We look forward to meeting you, as we are sure you're looking forward to meeting all of us. Once more, we welcome you to the Phoenix Institute, the eternal flame in the dying world below. The Phoenix Institute is a registered company blessed by the royal family and part of the Coalition. The Phoenix Institute is not responsible for any accidents, injuries, or death at the workplace, or any exhibition staged by the Phoenix Institute or Coalition. We are legally bound to terminate your contract with us without warning and execute you if the Institute believes you to be a greater threat to society or under the influence of the undead and supernatural. For more information, listen to the Law by Night podcast and join the Law by Night Discord server for chillax pants and the dangest of memes. Fuck Nazis, trans rights are human rights, Black Lives Matter, you lost the game, and I have slept with your mother.